Hey, Sienna, welcome to the Teens Unleashed podcast. We are super excited to have you on today. Thank you so much for joining. Sienna here is the owner of Tweeny Skin, skincare for tweens, which is gentle, effective, and simply amazing. Welcome, Sienna. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Sienna, we're going to, at the start of this podcast, I love to run through just a few fast five questions. They don't have to be like super long. It's just to get to know you and get the conversation started. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Yeah. All righty. So, what between your skin or yourself, whatever it may be, what are you currently manifesting at the moment? What are your hopes and dreams?
So business-wise with Tweeny Skin, I'm manifesting to see Tweeny Skin on retail shelves soon. I think that's one of my biggest goals, like an end goal for
What's
Tweeny Skin.
what's the biggest store? Where do you want to see yourself front and center?
I think Mecca or Sephora would be like a dream come true.
Absolutely. Goodness me.
Yeah.
And what about yourself personally?
I think with being a teenager and everything in this day and age, I'm just trying to be a little easier on myself and maybe manifest like more positive energy and like self-love, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. As you probably know, and in our previous podcast, we've talked about, high vibrations attract high vibrations. So that positive energy that you're giving out is going to attract that positive energy. So that's an amazing thing to have, and to even acknowledge that, like, that's incredible. So it's amazing. Big hopes and dreams, and I'm sure it'll come. It'll all pay off.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and tell us, and tell our teens listening today, like what grade are you in right now?
Year 9.
Year 9. So how long ago now did you start Tweeny Skin?
I started Tweeny Skin about 2 years ago. This month, I think, is our second birthday.
Yay! And why Tweeny Skin? Like, even why the name? What made you think I need to create skincare for teens?
It started off with my own, like, I don't want to say issues, but like I was having trouble. Yeah, my own concerns. I was having trouble finding skincare that suited my skin, like young tweenage skin. A lot of the products were like very harsh or just too gentle and not working at all. And so I just started it to, like, as you said, because of my own concerns, and then also because I wanted to like help other teens to feel more confident within their skin and give them like a brand to use that is specifically made for them by a
tween
teenager. Yeah, by tween.
Yeah. And what was the first product you launched? What was like that ideal product that you believed that needed to be in the market?
So our clay mask was the first product. It kind of sparked the idea for Tweeny Skin. It has like the hero ingredients in it are turmeric, which is such an amazing product. And I think that is like, that sparked the idea for Tweeny Skin. And that's also why Tweeny Skin is yellow, because turmeric is yellow. So I think the mask would be like our first product and probably my favorite product too.
So would you say to the girls and guys out there that if they're in limbo, they don't know where to start, because you do have so many beautiful products on the website, is that your go-to to start off with in the product range?
Yeah, I think definitely if you're looking for a place to start, you need a cleanser, a moisturizer, and the mask as like your starting range. And yeah.
Amazing. And as you know, managing high school can be super stressful. Look, you're coming into year 10. I'm sure there is a little bit of pressure on, your side at school. Is this what you want to continue, or is there other big hopes and dreams for you to study? How are you managing those pressures at school, from maybe teacher side of things or friendship groups, and then managing Tweeny Skin? Like, what do you put in place, on a daily that keeps you on track or keeps you, focused where you want to be?
Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I do put a lot of pressure on myself to do well in school. But to try and stay on top of that, I do have an organizer where I can see all my assessments and all the homework that I have to try and plan out when I'm gonna do my assessments. So I think that helps me to stay organized. And with friendship groups, I think that this age is a really I don't want to say difficult, but it's
Challenging.
It's more challenging, yeah. To try and find your people and the people that you're going to be friends with for the rest of your school journey.
Oh yeah, it's so challenging. I'm 27, so I was in high school 10 years ago, which may seem a long time, but it feels like yesterday. And I feel like that year 8 and year 9 was probably my hardest years, because it's when everyone was sort of starting to understand what they liked and what they disliked, their body changes, and as well they're sort of now settled into high school. Year 7's this up and down because there's new people, and then you get to 8 and 9 and it's okay, these are the people I'm going to be going through every day with, pretty much. And I've got to decide who to be friends with, who to like, who to stay away from, who gives me those good vibes, because you are an incredibly talented person, and I'm sure you're admired by so many people at school. But I'm sure there is also other people that may have tall poppy syndrome, which I'm not sure if you know what that means, but it's when other people are jealous of your success, and they tend to not give you positive energy, and that has nothing to do with yourself. It's because you're so successful and they want to be you. Do you find that happens at school?
I don't really think that I've heard anyone talk badly about me per se, or about my business. I think I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by because I go to an all-girls school. I feel like they're not that nasty towards me, I guess. I don't really think I've ever encountered a situation where someone was
not pleasant,
jealous.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing, because it can happen so often, where just myself moving away, and running a business myself, I encounter not direct contact in those sort of things, but you tend to see friends move away, and in high school you're with them every day, you can't get away from them. So that's amazing that you haven't encountered anything, because that's makes everything not as stressful moving into year 10 and the higher years. So that's great. Do you have any other hopes and dreams, career wise, or is Tweeny Skin where you see yourself at the moment?
I actually have been thinking about this recently. I am not sure what I want to do. I have a lot of different interests in completely different sides of the spectrum.
That's amazing.
But I think that I'm still young, and I still have time to
so much time.
really consider what I think is right for me. But I mean, it's always an option to either like go uni or maybe continue with Tweeny Skin as my main focus, but I will kind of decide when I get a bit older, because I feel like I am very young right now and I don't want to be like stressing myself out to be doing like, because I already put pressure on myself. I don't want to be stressing myself out to try and achieve a goal of like a career that I want to do when it, like, I'm just in year 9. It's really not gonna affect anything too much if I
Absolutely. I'm still working it out. I'm still working it out. And, you know, there is no time limit on what you want to do and when you want to do it. You know, uni's not the be all and end all either. I never went to uni and I run 3 businesses. So, you know, that's amazing that you're not putting pressure on yourself on that end. Because, you know, school does, you know, tend to put pressure on you when it comes to your higher, so, you know, when it comes to choosing your electives and things like that. So that's amazing that you're aware of that as well. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. Another question, we've sort of gone through it, but what is like your biggest challenge as a teen at the moment, excluding the business, like you personally?
I think, like I was saying before, school is, I think, a very big challenge, and everything that comes with school, not only the schoolwork and the teachers and the assessments, but also like the friends and the people that you surround yourself with. I think it's challenging to stay on top of schoolwork, stay on top of like, not stay on top of friendships, but like make sure that you are with the right people and they support you and want you to do well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose it's, well, like, you're trying to manage school and then you're packing all the orders, aren't you? And I just heard that your mum is now in the business.
Yes, she is my employee, but
I love that. That's amazing.
She volunteers her time to help me pack orders on nights that I have dancing. So thank you, Mom. But yeah, so I think that's been a big help for me, especially now that I'm in like year 9. It's a bit more work than I had last year or in year 7. So
yeah, absolutely. And I suppose the transition, you know, I was looking at Instagram, and you've gone from such a small business to such a massive business in 2 years. You know, how many orders you're packing and managing, I suppose, online marketing that I'm sure you're doing, and writing back to all those amazing comments, you know, on your reels. And I suppose you got heaps of messages. That's a job in itself. So, and it takes a lot of physical and emotional toll on you. So that's great that you've got someone, you know, in the business that you can trust and rely on. And, you know, it's important to step aside sometimes because you can see what else is going on in the business.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And another thing with Tweeny Skin, everyone would love to know where you started. Like, did you start in your bedroom, start on the kitchen bench? Like, where did you start packing these orders and what have you now grown into?
So, our garage area has like a little room on the side, and that like was our theater room. But with COVID, because I do dancing, I had to change it into like a little dance room. So I put all my dance stuff in there and I did my dance Zooms down there. And then when I was doing Tweeny Skin, it was kind of like my dance room, my packing room. It's where my brothers also play PlayStation. So it was like
an all-rounder.
A lot of things. Yeah, a lot of things were going on in that room. But now it's because I went back to dancing, it's like more of just my Tweeny Skin packing room now.
That's
So
great.
yeah.
Amazing. Sounds like you're a very, very busy girl.
Yes, but I have a lot of support from my mom and my family, so, and my friends. So I think that really helps to make it easier, I guess.
Absolutely. We've got to lean on the people we trust and love. They're the best. They're our biggest supporters. That's super important. Well, that has been an amazing conversation, Sienna. I'd love to just finish off with everyone that's listening today. What is one tip that you could give to, a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old that is, have this incredible idea and they don't know where to start, they don't know where to look because, they are still young. What advice can you give them?
Okay, don't care about what other people think. Don't get like embarrassed or be shy, because that will only prevent you from reaching your full potential. Don't try and hide behind those doors. Be proud. And to start a business, there's a lot of time that goes into it. So make sure that you are fully committed and you have time and you have a good support system in place, and just believe in yourself and know that you can achieve anything you put your mind to.
Perfect ending. You said it perfectly. Oh, well, thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you. And everyone that doesn't follow you yet at Tweeny Skin, I'll put it in all the comments below. Thank you so much for jumping onto it today, Sienna. I know you're a super busy girl. And yeah, thank you. And thanks, Mum, for helping.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Have a lovely night and we'll talk soon.
Have a lovely night.